part of our ongoing program to promote board games from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Moana Nui in about 3 minutes. Prototype copy used. Game components are subject to change. There is no solo mode included. It's a game for 2 to 4 players, playing time is short, and it's a reasonably simple game. You are a small group of explorers in the Pacific looking for a place to call home. Can you build up your village and control the most islands to win? Each player is dealt between 9 and 11 tiles based on player count. The game ends once all players have run out of tiles to place. The winner is the player with the most points, which you get from controlling buildings and islands with your meeples. And you score immediately after your last action. Tile placement. Each turn you will place a tile and take actions. Area control. Controlling islands and buildings with meeples is the key to winning the game. Player turn. Each player gets their stack of tiles as well as a player board with the matching 10 building pieces. You'll have 20 units, 10 of which start in reserve and 10 in your village. I personally put the village meeples into a little bowl to show which is which. Take the 6 central tiles and set them up like so. Then draw 2 tiles from your personal stack and choose one to place. You have to match sea to sea and land to land when you place. So this is valid. You then generate resources based on placements. Here we get 1 wood for the land and 1 fish for the sea. You then gain action points equal to the connections plus 1. So that's 3 here. We use all 3 action points to place 3 meeples from our village onto the island. The rare resources of stone and shell can only be placed if you have more than one of the type of connection. So here we have 2 land, so place a wood and a stone. If an action finishes off an island and it's not contested, you can claim all the resources left on that island. Otherwise, what happens is when a new tile is placed, each player collects a resource from a segment they control. Then new resources are placed and actions taken. You may take an action to move any number of units from one area to another, with land and sea counting as different areas. If there are more than 5 meeples on an island, you may start a fight. You trade pieces, so here each player loses 3 pieces. However, if you attack from the ocean onto a beach, the defender attacks first, and then you trade pieces. The defender's meeples go into this reserve, which allows them to bring them back into play at half cost. You can also spend resources to place buildings. They cost 1 of each type of resource per level. Each hut adds more meeples to your village. The canoe lets you dramatically move any units to the location where you place it. The temple shunts everyone from adjacent spaces back to their village, and the meeting house gives you an extra tile and action and an ongoing defensive bonus. Why would you like this game? 3 Minute Board Games is proudly broadcast to you from the South Pacific, where this game is set. It's also designed locally down here, which is a breath of fresh air. Moana Nui is a fast, fun, and lightweight game with tons of conflict, positioning, and tactics in it. And it's a game where you can have sudden and dramatic reversals of fortune. Building up the island chain is fun, and knowing when to pivot from collecting resources and building things to an all-out grab for land and structures is the key to the game. I find it fascinating that each building has an ongoing bonus, but that goes to whoever controls the building, not who built it. All your good work can be undone and your buildings taken from you for big points. All up, Moana Nui would be a good fit for people who want a reasonably simple game with a lot of biff happening. The best thing about this game is using local artists, and not artists who've never even seen the Pacific Ocean. However, while Moana Nui is a quick game, it's also a brutal one, and you can have some vicious reversals of fortune. I'd really recommend it for people who can handle a lot of setbacks. Moana Nui is brought to you by the same crew who designed and published Regicide. Moana Nui. It means big ocean if you're wondering. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.